All right, let's take a look at the Blackhawk here, and I think a lot of you'll be happy. I added a lot of neat stuff to it. Ta-da! What we have here is it's the Coast Guard one, which is the one I released earlier, and I've made it a bunch of changes to it, dialed in some leaning and trying to work on speed. I'll go into that more detail in a minute. But then I also added the LA County Fire version, and I didn't edit the texture on this to change the name LA County out, but I will probably be playing around with that stuff next. Same thing with the police. Yeah, added the police in there, but I wanted to change that to police. I just didn't do it. I was working on the science of getting this thing working better at least. Next, we have the Navy one in there. That one turned out kind of cool. These are all just reskins. They basically all do the same thing. That's just this is how I had to go about making the skins on there. So, and just a reminder, if you do have IC controls, you can open the doors and all that kind of stuff on there. Oh, and then we have the U.S. Customs Border Patrol. Perfect timing, I'd say. Now, I have been playing around with all this silly stuff, making this lean and making it go faster and trying to dial in. It is such a teeter-totter with the speed and weight of this helicopter that it is what it is for right now. All right, so let's start talking about what I actually did get done with this bad boy, besides just the skins and all that, which was tedious. If you notice here, when we fly low, woo, start to get that effect of pushing down on plants, whatever. So you have that foliage bend is what it's called. Now, I'm working on what's in FS19, we had this thing called PS nodes, and it was basically the dust that would accumulate underneath the aircraft as it flew. And I haven't been able to get it to work for 22 yet, but if I do get that working, I'll be adding that to this, because more animations, more effects, better, right? Who wouldn't disagree with that there? So just a duly reminder, if you want to put stuff in here, we're gonna slow down here and we're gonna open up our door. Okay, you notice we have our boxes. I went through and I added some actual cargo looking boxes. So every time that you want to load up, like right now we have eggs in here. So if I was to either go to a place that sells eggs and just land on their sell point, or if I wanted to run pallets, I could just press I and it would launch my eggs out the side right there. And you notice the boxes disappear in there as well. And all you got to do is close the door hatch and those will, that little green light will go away. Now I do want to warn you about a couple things here. Can I pick up this? Nope, can't pick that up. So let's be a criminal and cheat super strength. Now, actually loading stuff up in this is not going to work out for you. Like you can put it up in here. But if you're trying to fly away with pallets that aren't loaded in the fill type, and they're actually like strapped in with tension belts, this thing is way too sensitive with weight and all that. So you just can't haul. You can't grip trees. I can't put a winch on something and haul a tree. You know, I'm working on all these things, but just the scripting, it's just not that smart yet. I'm working on it. I've been working on it for like 4 years, but that's where we're at with that, you know? Now, I did learn something new about this Lewis script. It's I've been trying to get this thing to go faster. You know, the max mile per hour of a UH60 in real life is 220 miles an hour, but I can only get this thing up to 80. But then I started to pay attention and I hold my left mouse click, or sorry, my right mouse click. I held it down so I didn't fly off, and then I pressed forward on the gas, and look at this. This is like jet takeoff speed. It's because my wheels are in contact with the ground. I'm already hitting 120, probably get up. Okay, 120. Now I'm gonna let off my right mouse click and I'm gonna press the right one. And you notice that my speed drastically drops. And this has something to do with the Lewis scripting. But I will say, if you look at the helicopter now, I did fix the lean. I almost could probably lean this forward a little bit more than what it is. It's taken me a little while. I've been really playing with this, trying to get this to fly better, because once I fix it for one of my helicopters, I can fix the Lua for all the helicopters. So This has been an ongoing process for quite a long time for me. But if you do want to fly really fast right off the bat, maybe give yourself a little run. I know that's not realistic, but if you have one of my jets, it is. So as I learn and develop new things about this Lewis script, I will update all my other flying machines because they all use the same script, whether it's a spaceship, a jet, or a helicopter. It all uses the same script. Now, I did do some model edits. In my previous release, his arm was poking through the little doohickey that was right there poking his arm. It was just looked real choppy, and I did chop that out. And then I got really busy with the family this month, but I was noticing I was gonna scoot those pedals forward because he's just too, well, his butt's kind of poking through a little bit too. And there's some more edits that I want to do right in this little area, so just bear with me on his feet area and where his butt is, but he fits in there right now. As long as you're not being a pervert and looking at his butt too much, you know, you won't notice. But I'll be trying to make little small edits to that in the future. Yeah, I mean, and it also has its own category now. That's another big thing. And I did that because each helicopter, each version of the Blackhawk, I had to, there's so many parts in it that use a different texture. It's not like I can just unhide it and hide it, and then those are animated parts too. It's just going to be very difficult, and I might mold it all into one day, but as of right now, they're just a bunch of different mods. Let's see, there's 6 of them in here. 6 different choices. I think there's 6. Am I counting right? Yes. Okay, cool. Whew. American education at its finest. So you'll be able to find that under the vehicle tab, and you guys will have to let me know what you think. Obviously, a Blackhawk does not cost $120,000, so what should I set this price at? And I'll be fixing little stuff like that in the next update. And feel free, if you are having a chance to play around with this, to let me know what exactly you'd like to see happen with it. Now that I've kind of explained my speed and weight issues with you, it's very hard to get above 90 miles per hour without this thing tweaking itself at a weird angle. So I'm working on that, but it is a operational helicopter that you can load crap and haul it and sell it. We're on to something, boys. And if you're watching this on YouTube, this is not for console. And yeah, this will not work on multiplayer servers. Sorry. And even though the mod is posted public, which you guys can all download it, apply your own textures if you want. The textures that I created for patrons is a part of the atmospheric pack, so you would have to be a patron to get those. But thank you to the patrons that help get this model and help continue to get models because of that. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope those out there who are not patrons will see that this is really bringing some cool stuff eventually one day to you as well. Now, as far as future updates, I have a spotlight that I have been working on 3D modeling, and I will be attaching it to each one of these helicopters, so you'll have a controllable spotlight as a configuration if you want to use that. Another update that will be coming is the underside of these helicopters. If I could pick this bad boy up. Why can't I pick any of you up? Let me pick you up. Okay, I'm super powerful now. Do you see right there underneath the belly where that little divoture is, the little box? I do believe that would be a perfect spot to mount some type of spraying or fertilizer attachment to this to make it also a usable agricultural helicopter. And I'm going to be doing that in one of the next updates as well. So yeah, I think that's all I got for this guy right now. I've been working on a few other projects, and I will be covering those as well. There will be some links down in the description below that link to these Patreon posts.